Hey everyone, it's Thelma. Today I'm talking about awakening royalty within you. English dictionary describes royalty as a person or people of dignity and sovereignty, authority and power. It also describes royalty as emblems or symbols of a king or a queen or other sovereignty. Interestingly, royalty is also used to describe as compensation or portions of proceeds paid to the owner of a right or a patent for its use. That being said, I've spoken in the past about how man is created with an innate ability or created basically with an envelope of riches when we come into this world. For some reference on that, check out my blog titled The Power of Self-Awareness. So basically, these riches also consist of the power to control and direct our own mind to whatever ends we desire. This means that first, we have to bring our own mind to subjection under our authority before we can exercise our rights as royalty on the external. You must first exercise your authority within you, having the power and authority over your own mind to be able to control your mind before you can exercise that power and authority on the outside. I remember as a child, I watched a movie, it was titled The Prince and the Pauper. I remember the real prince, even when he was in a pauper's clothing and stationed or, basically out on the streets, after he snuck out of the palace, that is, he still carried himself with some kind of dignity and he still spoke with authority, while he was dressed up as a pauper. Whereas the pauper eventually, he had a bit of a struggle adjusting to court life, to life in the palace. But eventually, when he realized that the people around him expected him to make proclamations and judgments and things like that, he was able to begin to kind of pass some judgments, give judgment over some arguments and some cases that were being brought to him. Of course, with the knowledge he had, having been a subject himself. So the reason why I bring this example to fore is this: because of the fact that the prince knew who he was on the inside, even though he was dressed as a poor individual in the streets, living in the, poorest of the poorest neighborhoods and everything, he still carried himself with a certain level of dignity. The reason why we don't believe that we are royalty on the inside of us is because we are not seeing it manifested on the outside. But it has to manifest on the inside before you can manifest it on the outside. So what are some things that we can do to release that royalty within us? First of all, you have to understand and accept that you are indeed royalty. If you don't believe it, then you cannot bring it outside of you, and why should we believe that we are royalty? Well, if you're a Bible scholar or if you read the Bible tells us that we are royalty, we are a royal priesthood. There's many verses in the Bible where it talks about how God raises us up as a crown to his glory, how God made us a royal priesthood, how we are basically royalty. If you're not a spiritual person, then consider also that you are one with the universe. You have the power. The things that come out of your mouth, the words that you say, have the power to create something that does not exist. And so knowing that you have the ability to create, knowing that you have the ability to speak certain things into being that do not already exist, and knowing the source from where you come from, knowing that you have the power within you to actually create, certain things into existence. When you have that knowledge, when you have that backing behind you, then when you speak, you want to speak with authority. When you speak, when you believe in something, you from the inside and you present it on the outside, it comes out with some level of authority. But when you don't believe in the things that you say, when you don't believe that you have any kind of authority, then it becomes very difficult for you to actually awaken that royalty within you. So my exhortation or my encouragement to you guys these days is today basically is this: you are royalty. You have to believe that you are royalty on the inside. When you believe that you are royalty on the inside, you can speak with authority. And when you start to speak with authority and you start to believe the things that you desire can be, even though they don't seem plausible, even though they don't seem real yet, when you begin to speak with authority, when you begin to act and carry yourself with dignity, with respect, and begin to open your mind to creativity and creating things that already do not exist, then you begin to awaken the royalty, because sometimes for some people, seeing is believing. So when you start to see results in your life, that's when for some people, they start to believe that, oh, I can actually do this. But you have to you have to quicken your spirit. You have to believe, first of all, that you have it on the inside of you before you can bring it to the outside. So my encouragement to you today is, believe in yourself. Believe in that royalty within you. If you've ever watched The Lion King, the same concept applies. You know, Simba didn't really believe he was who he was because of the fact that he was ashamed, he ran away, he relinquished his position as a king, you know, until he had to stand up and defend his people. Then he woke up that king that had been sleeping within him. A lot of us go through our lives with our kingliness or our queenliness or our royalty sleeping, lying dormant within us. But if you want to become a person of success, if you want to achieve success, if you want to achieve the things that you desire to achieve, you want to create something that you can have royalty for, then you have to waken that royalty within you. I love you guys. If you love this video, share it as always. I love your I would like to hear your feedback. I'd like to hear from you. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching my video. Bye-bye.